Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches is one of the greatest underrated gems I've watched and read. It has one of the greatest starts to an anime that I've seen as well. The first episode is about Yamada, the delinquent, and Shiraishi, the honor student. One teacher who's nagging Yamada tells him to be more like Shiraishi, and this angers him, so he tries to exert dominance over her when they're both walking up the stairs, but it results in the two falling down the stairs. Yamada wakes up in her body and realizes they've switched. While living in her body, he realizes how alone she is, and she gets bullied by other girls, so he solves her problem with his own methods. By the end of the first chapter, the two realize that they switched bodies by kissing. Phenomenal first chapter. It has character development, an interesting and unique concept, an efficient plot, and emotional beats. As the story continues, Yamada, Shiraishi, and others eventually form the Supernatural Studies Club, where they experiment with the powers. They learn that there are 7 witches at their school, who all have unique powers that are activated through a kiss. Yamada is special because he can copy the ability of the most recent witch that he's kissed. As the club works together to meet all the 7 witches, there's also a student council president race subplot going on. The arcs and mini-arcs work in a way similar to Rascal or Monogatari. A focus character, new or old, will have a problem that could be related to the witch powers, and the club will have to solve it, usually requiring them to use their powers. By the end of the arc, if the character is new, they become an ally to the club. This formula starts with Shiraishi, Ito, and Nene, and continues through all the 7 witches and more. Like with Rascal and Monogatari, the formula allows the story to really explore supernatural concepts while creating fleshed out characters who have arcs and whose backgrounds are dove into. Overall, the first season is about befriending and gathering the 7 witches in order to grant a wish that I won't spoil. The characters are great. Yamada is a delinquent with a heart of gold. As the story progresses, he becomes less of a delinquent and more of an honorable hero. He also has an interesting background that involves 2 other characters. Shiraishi is the kind and quiet character who serves as a nice contrast to Yamada. Miyamura is the charismatic comic relief who is also a council vice president that's running for council president. Ito is energetic and assertive and also has an interesting background connected to the club. These 4 are the main characters of the club. Antagonists include the current president, Yamazaki, who gets in the way of the club's goals, and Odagiri, a rival of Miyamura, who's also running for president. Every semi-important character gets great character development. I'm talking about personality, values, background, and arcs. The music is also wonderful. The opening is a banger and one of the greatest J-pop songs in existence. Opening check. And the OST has some pretty good tracks. OST check. The art is beautiful and the animation is solid, so the anime is visually great on top of being sonically great. The show also has a good sense of humor and comedic timing. I wouldn't put it in the comedy genre, but it's definitely funny. Unfortunately, there is only 1 season with 12 episodes. The source material is a manga, and the season actually skips over a lot of content. It adapts over 60 chapters in 12 episodes, but it's still a great anime on its own. The manga is easy to get into because the art in the anime and manga are similar. I would recommend starting from chapter 1 because there are major differences already. Based on skimming the manga again, the manga orders events slightly differently and goes into more detail about everything. The manga story continues much further and it only gets better. There are 243 chapters of the manga, so that's a lot of content and the quality of the story only increases. The anime adapted less than 1/4 of the total story. There are several amazing plot twists, but I won't discuss them because I feel like these are twists that are better gone into blind. In conclusion, Yamada-kun and the 7 Witches has great characters, plot, and concepts and deserves more seasons. I prefer manga accurate reboot, but I'll take season 2 as well. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and help me revolutionize the manga industry by buying my manga and spreading the word. All important links will be in the description.